Hello, everyone. Eric Watson here, freelance writer, player of games, writer of words, recorder of videos, and demon-slaying adventurer of Golarion. Welcome to my Let's Play series or live stream video games twice a week on Mondays and Wednesdays. This is episode numero uno, my Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous live play series. Hopefully the music isn't too loud. I turned it down a little bit earlier. If you enjoy the videos and streams, consider supporting me via patreon.com/Rogue Watson. This is the first one for Pathfinder. So, yeah, I'm going to spend several hours. This is not a game where you make the entire party, however. This is not like the Icewind Dale playthrough, which is you do make the party. This is more like the Baldur's Gate games, where you make one person, and really I think most RPGs, like Dragon Age games, all do this too. Alright, music, you're going hard. I'm turning down a little bit. You make one person, and then had it 39. And then you meet party members along the way. So Pillars of Eternity did that. Divinity Original Sin does that, unless you're playing with other people. Yeah, as others have said. So we're not making the whole party. We're just making one person. But Pathfinder has a lot of choices here. By the way, I moved my computer, so hopefully you're not picking up too much of my computer fans, but my computer fans are so fucking loud that I'm probably going to look into some different thing I'm going to use there. But if you're hearing a humming sound, that's my computer blasting out heat to run this thing and the stream at the same time. Let's do the main story. Join the struggle against the World Wound, the epic war between Golarion and the Abyss that has raged for more than 100 years. Wow. So now the Crusader armies have barely managed to curb the overwhelming enemy forces, but not for much longer. The demon lords are preparing to strike a decisive blow. You will have to harness mythic powers, take command of the 5th Crusade, and lead it against the demon hordes. That is a pretty cool picture. I love the action fantasy shots. Ooh, actually like blood squirting out too, my goodness. So, my history with Pathfinder is not very deep. I played a little bit of Pathfinder back in, like, I don't know, 2013, 2014. Before D&D, before we played D&D 5th edition. And I hadn't played it since we got into D&D. And then just recently, whenever Wrath of the Righteous came out, they had Kingmaker for sale for like $10. So I picked it up and played it for just a couple hours, knowing that I was still going to play this one, but wanting some kind of, you know, a little bit of experience there playing Kingmaker, which I believe came out in 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. Maybe it's older than that. I don't remember. It was not that old. We actually had a lot of good CRP. Man, there was like a 10-year period we had like nothing between, like, I don't know, Baldur's Gate 2 and what was kind of maybe the first Divinity Original Sin. And now we've had like a bunch of really good ones. And Kingmaker, I liked the gameplay. It had the option for turn-based combat, which I appreciate because I think real-time with pause is fucking dumb. It was an archaic limitation of the game engine they used back in the day. I mean, D&D and Pathfinder is not played real-time with pause. It is a turn-based game. I prefer turn-based in my combat. But that being said, it does do a pain in the ass whenever they have like waves of enemies, and you're like, all right, let me just kill these guys quick, and I'll just take turns. So Kingmaker, I only made it to like level 2, and honestly, a lot of people complain. I promise I'm going to get to gameplay soon. A lot of people complained that it was a challenging and obtuse game, and I could kind of already see a little bit of that, honestly, even in the early levels, because I made it to where I was in this really huge dungeon below a tree. I was following this character, and I thought that's what the game wanted me to do, but then I got my ass kicked, and it was one of those, just a slog of just really small enemies that just did nothing, but just took a long time to fight. And I turned this corner and fought these skeletons, and they TPK'd me. Random ass skeletons. And I looked, you know, because you can kind of right click and see their some of their stats and the rolls and things. They had an AC of 20, normal ass skeletons. I mean, they had shields, and they just wiped my party out. And I'm like, all right, what happened? This wasn't like a boss fight or anything. And so I, looked it up, and they're like, oh yeah, you shouldn't, you definitely shouldn't do that dungeon yet. Well, fuck me. Like, I was just following the clues the game was giving me. Like, oh yeah, you should be doing other side quest content. So I can see where that part gets frustrating. Where I don't know, it's maybe too open. It kind of gives you too much rope to hang yourself on, and at that point, it annoys me when a game wastes my time like that, where it expects me like, no, yeah, now you gotta get out of the 3 levels of dungeon, go back out, do some other side content. Like, no, I don't want to do that. So I'm hoping this game fixes some of those issues, even though, like I said, I only made it probably like 3 hours into Kingmaker or something very, very early. But I liked kind of what it was doing. I liked the UI a lot. It had a cool character creator. I liked all the initial story hook was really fun, and the character is really neat. One of your first companions is a freaking undead lady with like a scythe, which is awesome. So yeah, I liked a lot of that, but hopefully they can improve upon the stuff that a lot of people apparently had complaints about. That is a lot of difficulty levels. I promise I'm gonna catch up on the chat as well. Howdy, Aussie, no fun. Who was first in here? Blanky, see you. Sir, Sean, how are you doing? I'm curious about this one. Owlcat Games version of Kingdom was an outstanding game. I'm glad I read that after I just complained about it. No, I liked a lot of what they were doing. I don't know. It might be a kind of game that I need to play with like a walkthrough though, or like a guide where I can reference, because it felt like I would have spent too much time trying to figure out what I was supposed to be doing. Maybe it does come first. Indeed. Make multiple characters your options. So, how many people do that, by the way? How many people start a game, you start an RPG, you make your character, you get a couple hours in, and you realize, nope, I'm going to go back and do something else. Do folks do that? Because I keep reading about people doing that, and I don't think I've ever done that in a game before. I have gone back years later and replayed a game and played it as somebody different. I've definitely done that. But in terms of like while I'm playing the game, I don't know if I just tend to pick well the first time, or just kind of stick with it because I just don't want to start over. But I never do that, so I need to pick something well here. To be fair, I've liked Pathfinder, yeah. So I'm, and I played Neverwinter Nights. I feel like I'm decently familiar with D&D 3.5 or 3.75 when you want to call Pathfinder as. There's still going to be some stuff that I'm unprepared for. Mainly the fucking difficulty is no joke in Pathfinder compared to D&D. I can see why people would call D&D like the kiddie version almost, or I guess Pathfinder would be like the hardcore version. Alright, what does normal get me, game? That is a lot of options. Normal. The damage your character suffers from enemies and traps is reduced by 20%. See, that right there tells me you made a hard-ass game, because normal gives you advantages. Enemies are weak and inflict reduced damage on critical hits. This is on normal. Your character will not die after suffering a deadly injury for the first time. Instead, they'll be afflicted by the Death's Door condition. The character with this condition suffers a deadly injury. They will then die. Resting in a comfortable and safe place removes the Death's Door condition. So what is that? You get like strike 1 when you go down. Your character can still die from an instant death effect, energy drain, poison, or other similar condition. If your main character dies, the game is over. If a companion dies, you can resurrect them with raised dead or similar spell. Alright, do you have... Oh, you do, okay. Dead companions rise after combat. I'm gonna... Oh, can I not turn that on? Yes. Sure, let's make it custom. I don't care. I'm not dealing with fucking resurrecting my... I'm sorry. Modern games have broken me on this. I replayed Baldur's Gate 2 about 5 years ago for the first time I played through that game. And I think the only way I made it through that game is because fairly early on, because you start like level 8, they give you a Rod of Resurrection, which had like 8 or 9 charges. Which means I could make it through fights and still lose like one person and be like, all right, and it wasn't even like I didn't want to waste the time to, be in the middle of the dungeon, go back out of the dungeon, walk all the way back to fucking town, pay the money, resurrect, like just penalize me right then and there. Just don't make me fucking walk back to town. I don't know. I guess years of playing like Diablo with town portals and stuff just completely broken me on that. And you know, Dragon Age does this too, where your companions pop back up. Like, come on. Dead companions rise after combat. Neither your character nor your companions will ever die from any damage or effect. You will only become unconscious. Go Iron Man. No. I think I may have played a run of XCOM on Iron Man mode now that I think about it, but otherwise, and I do like roguelikes, but not on my giant-ass RPGs. So how does that work with turning this on with Death's Door? Small tip, save often. Oh, game stopping bugs, yeah. I mean, save often is a good tip in general for all games. Definitely don't want to hear about it. Oh, auto level up. Custom. I'd rather level up my companions, right? Or is this going to be too hard for me? When on, gaining levels happens automatically, and you can monitor how the hero's skills and abilities develop. Let's turn that off for now. Yeah, so that means Core is... I assume Core is playing Pathfinder, which they consider harder than this game. Keep in mind, video games are going to throw more enemies at you. So that's a thing. Does that just automatically switch all these things? Yeah. It even has a pop-up. It's like, now, Eric, are you sure you want to do that, buddy? It won't even... It's just like, no, sir, you don't want to do this. That's funny. Developers are like, please do not send us things about how the game is hard. We gave you a pop-up warning and everything. Rules as written, yeah. I'm okay playing on... Not only am I okay playing on normal, but I think I am going to turn on Dead Companions Rise after combat. I think that's just... It's just going to be peace of mind. It's going to let me get through this game. I don't have to worry about resing. I would be okay if the game had a system where it's like, hey, we're going to penalize this, kind of like Pillars of Eternity does. It's like, we're going to give them lingering injuries and penalize them for going down. I just don't want to have to deal with the hassle of resurrecting them, so we're just going to turn that off completely. Remove negative effects on rest. You don't lose blindness, ability damage, numerous other... Yeah, we'll turn that on too. Fuck it. Resting should cure all the things. It's a magical rest. Turn off leveling up. Playing through this on Core, it's been fun so far. Well, I respect that. But I am not. I am not. I don't know what most of these things mean here. Good tutorial on. Alright, so there you go. That's... Started Core and switched to normal after losing a character random crit. Yeah, see, I don't want to deal with that. I don't want to lose a character to a random crit. That just sounds terrible. Also, doesn't Pathfinder have that... I hate their fucking crit rules, where you have to like confirm the crit. I thought that was so dumb. Just let people crit, man. All right, so there you go. That's what we're rolling with. We're gonna go baseline normal. So whatever normal is, plus Dead Companions Rise after combat. We remove negative effects on rest. And I have turned off auto-leveling up. I'm playing one of those games with death being regular and going through 4 or 5 different whole parties by the end of the game. Trying to think about it. Basically, no fun. You want to play XCOM. The problem is, I don't want to play that game in a game where my companions all have stories and dialogue and, you know, things I can do and progress. I'm okay with the story taking those things away. You know, if I lose that person because of a story thing, or they were supposed to die in the story, you know, whatever that kind of thing is, I'm okay with that. But just randomly losing them in a battle and I like feel like, oh no, their story was supposed to continue, like that, to me, that sucks. But I'm trying to think of another RPG that had parties of randomly generated people. Or not, like, I guess custom people you could do. I mean, a lot of games, like Pillars, you could take your own party. Alright, here we go. Already 15 minutes into the stream. Create pre-generated character. Oh yeah, let's look at the pre-gens. And also, raise your hand if anybody ever uses a pre-gen character. Because in an RPG, I don't think I've... Well, I'll say this. I haven't done that, except Divinity Original Sin 2, which is, to me, like the benchmark of this genre, lets you play as any of the companions, because you get them all relatively the same time in the very beginning. And in that case, I did play one of the pre-gens because they're fully voiced, they look cool, they're unique, they've got cool abilities. It's just a very cool way of doing that. So that was a time where I technically used a pre-gen because they had, like, you could basically play as any of the, where they had 5 or 6 party members. I played as the Pirate Dwarf because Pirate Dwarf. Tailin, Half-Elf Cavalier. Melee combat. Difficult, okay, they've got a difficulty rating. And a... Oh, wow. Build. Does that tell you? Okay. Oh, that's cool. Really good at melee combat. Moderate at range. Not little light control. No magic. A little bit of support. A little bit of defense. Okay. That's kind of neat. God, that's a neat thing. A breakdown of how the class does at a glance. Really helpful. Fire Emblem. Yes, you're right. I am a Fire Emblem player. However, Garchomp, guess who turns off that fucking setting for permadeath in Fire Emblem? Because of that reason. I don't want to fucking lose somebody that has a story. Also, the last Fire Emblem game drove me fucking bananas, I will say. Three Houses is... I played all 60 hours of that game, I beat it, and at the end I was like, I don't feel good about this game. I love that series. I've been playing them since they first came to the West, which I think was the Game Boy Advance. I played all of them. The 3DS games up to the Switch were some of the better ones, I think. Awakening was probably the best. But yeah, that's a good example. I literally turned that mode off, though. I turned off that fucking permadeath. Whereas I like it in XCOM. I love it in XCOM because they're just all pre-generated, like, who gives a shit characters. I mean, you obviously get attached to them, right? You create these characters, or you recruit them, and you put you imprint a personality upon them, and it becomes a really fun thing. And then when they die, it becomes a really big deal. That's cool. If it's somebody I made, I'm okay with them dying. If it's somebody the game made for me that has context in the story, I'm not okay with them randomly dying. I think that's where I draw the line. I don't know what a Cavalier is, by the way. Any warriors try to perfect their art, spending all their time honing their skills more. These warriors known as Cavaliers swear themselves to a purpose. Skilled at fighting from horseback. You get an animal companion, apparently. Okay. You start with a strength of 19. Boy, I'm loving these tooltips, though. Look at that. That looks real nice. And you can expand it even more. Shut the front door, Corey. I need to know more. I read somewhere that you could have dinosaur companions, and that is 90% going to influence what I'm about to play. Basically, we have a choice. I can either recreate one of my D&D player characters, try to because they were all multi-class disasters in 5e, or try something new, which I'm a big fan of games that have animal buddies and shape-shifting powers. Probably lead me towards a druid. Alright, so that's a cool-ass portrait, by the way. Single giant floating pauldron thing. Also, no weapon. Cavalier has an order. Okay. I want to ride on Dinosaur bike, that sounds awesome. I wonder if I click next if it lets me choose from there. Oh, that was a cool portrait. Okay, so you can actually edit. Okay, so it starts with a pre-gen, but then you can go through and change everything if you wanted to. Oh my god. This level editor is nuts. Woman. Well, I was trying to get to the animal companions, but it doesn't actually let you fuck with the class, does it? By choosing a pre-made. Is that a fox? Are there fox people in this world? Mounted knight. Okay. Is it always a horse, though? Rodara has crystals for hair.
That's cool. That's cool.
What the hell race is that? The half out. Why do you have crystal hair? Why not? Worryod. Are humans whose ancestry includes the touch of an elemental being of Earth somewhere along the line, often that of a Shaitan genie. Okay. So kind of a genasi. Tab domain. The one thing I really don't like in any RPG are the straight up can't be atheist. Your cleric cannot be an atheist. I guess that makes sense. I'm not a big fan of the straight clerics though. We're good at healing. Unilard is just a big dude. A big dude with a backpack and his fucking rope and a tankard. Just serious dad energy here. I could say that because I'm a dad. It's really just a basic bare bones human fighter. Vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. I like vanilla's the finest of the flavors. Not in my RPGs. Kitsune. Remains are very light. Yeah, I know, I'm just kind of looking at him. This is a really sexy... Oh, you are a shrimp. Gnome! I like how they're all in like battle poses, but not having weapons. The gnome's got horns. I do like rogues. I like dex-based fighters a lot. Especially when I can multi-class, because rogues are typically good multi-classers. I will say this, I did look up some of the companions you get in this game as non-spoilery as possible, just to get their classes. That was something that I saw somebody mention that on Twitter about they were playing a bard and none of the early companions had a bard, so they felt good about that choice. And I was like, that's a good damn point. I should look up what the other classes are, because a lot of times that will dictate, you know, and it sucks too when you're a class and you see a character you really like personality-wise, but they've got like that same class as you, and you're like, well, crap, you don't really fit the party as well. Monum. Tiefling Slayer. Like a hunter or a ranger. Tracking down target slayers are consummate hunters, living for the chase, the deadly stroke that leads into a close. Wait, close. They have sneak attack. Okay. And Slayer talents. Wow, really good at melee and ranged combat and nothing else. Angie, the human sorcerer. He's got a cool portrait too. I love the artwork. I like that they get all these fancy backgrounds too. That's really cool. Even though you don't fucking see that on the little person portrait. Although they don't give you a whole lot of portraits, do they? I guess you can use all of Kingmaker's. So in Kingmaker, I use this one because this guy is fucking hilarious looking. I had a, it was a gnome arcane trickster rogue named Fitzroy because this dude just looked absolutely insane and delightful. Human sorcerer. Alright, well, obviously we're going to go custom character. I just wanted to check and see what they had. Create new character. I don't know if I even want to choose the portrait first. I assume I can go back. Okay, I will say I do not like their fucking... Is that halflings or gnomes with a giant head? It looks weird as hell to me. That is a cool portrait for a bard. And another bard one, wow. Alright, is this just all bards? Why do they all have instruments? This is kind of weird. Big ass sword. God, I like his fucking shoulder pauldron with the spikes coming out. There's still not a... The portraits are good, but... kind of limited quantity here. Maybe I need to be inspired by one of these. Slayer is rogue fighter mix. That sounds cool. So they really make it so you don't have to multi-class, huh? They're just like, look, we're gonna give you every fucking... That's a good portrait. We're gonna give you every fucking multi-class combo you could ever want. Don't multi-class, damn it. I was gonna say, most of these actually look human. There's very few... different... It's just chilling in a chair. That's an awesome portrait. Alright, I guess we'll look at the class and then we'll figure out portrait after that. That crystal hair thing, that looks cool. Alright, I had no idea there were fox people in this universe. Am I gonna be a fox person? Kitsune? Alright, let's just choose... The default was... It's fine for now. So we can go back. Classes! Some of these portraits you buy. See, that's what I was wondering. And you hate to run into... I mean, I assume it'd be a very minor character, but... to your own portrait being used. You'd think they would set aside some just for player characters, but I get they only have so many. Alright, so yeah, from what I read, there are 25 fucking classes in Pathfinder, and each one of those has like 6 different subclasses, so strap yourselves in, because we're in for a deep dive into what the hell, in an exciting way. Alchemist, difficulty 4, is an unusual class that employs a vast arsenal of handmade potions, extracts, elixirs, and even bombs. Bombs are a ranged area of effect weapon, the alchemist's main weapon. They learn a lot of arcane spells, but instead of casting them normally, an alchemist prepares them as extracts. Also have a really cool uniform with actual, like, pout. God, this looks amazing right here. I love their character models. They're so detailed. Got a giant fucking brazier, like, hanging on her back. Oceans everywhere. Oh, that looks so freaking cool. Bombs. Damage to blindness, spelling magical effects. Mutagen, a special kind of potion. And you have do you have to choose a subclass, or do you just choose? Okay, so I guess you could just do straight up. Okay, that's what I was. We just had the same thought, Zetra. Those are not subclasses or archetypes. You don't have to choose them. So I think they had this in Baldur's Gate as well. Baldur's Gate 2, where they just called them kits. And Icewind Dale, which is the game I actually streamed. Icewind Dale Enhanced Edition, at least. Where you could choose to play as some of these kits, which would remove some abilities, but let you specialize in others. Most famous being, I think it was the Wizard. You could always choose different spells to specialize in, but then you'll lose access to other spells. But yeah, you could just play the base one, which, without playing a class before, it gets kind of tricky. Knowledge that most people would consider evil, the Vivisectionist. You get sneak attack. Ooh, Metamorph. I do like characters that can transform. I don't know if that's what that thing can do. Does it mean by class skills actually tell you? Oh, Metamorph adds stealth. That's not good. Shape Changer! Transform herself into another form. That lasts for 1 hour per Metamorph's Alchemist level until she changes back. I'm good at shape changing in this game. Honestly, I should probably just play Druid because that I get the shape change, I believe, and the animal companion. Dragonkind. This ability replaces alchemy. What? Yeah, your whole thing is alchemy. How does that replace alchemy? You do. You remove bombs and throw anything, so you're not throwing bombs anymore. That's weird. You're not even really playing that class. Alchemist sounds fascinating, but also, like, I wouldn't even know the first thing about how to play this class. That's probably why it says difficulty 4. Does my person? Yep, changes to adapt with the clothing. That's cool. Arcanists are specialists of arcane magic. They apply a wide array of spells that make them useful in a lot of different situations. After resting, they choose a limited amount of spells they can use that day. Arcanists are capable of making their spells more powerful. So is this more like the Sorcerer then? Choose a limited number of spells to cast on this day. Get Arcanist exploits. Oh, look at this. I love these tooltips. Boom. Instantly, giving you the options. Boom. Not so much with the spells, probably too many there. Various forms of magic and in essence, at first level, every 2 levels after the Arcanist learns a new arcane exploit. Who knows what the fuck that is? It's different abilities. So do not use spell slots, because I would love to not use spell slots, y'all. Hate spell slots. Arcanists possess an innate reservoir of arcane energy they can use for magical abilities, empowering their spells. Arcane reservoir points can be replenished by resting or by sacrificing a prepared spell. So this is like the D&D sorcerer. Oh, actually Sean's saying it's like the Warlock. Are arcane reservoir points not like sorcery points though? Because that's what I was reminding me of. Fire Blast akin to Eldritch Blasts. Okay. I wonder why it's difficulty 4. I wonder if just anybody that's heavily into magic is more difficult for that very reason. Can I skip ahead or no? Okay. I do like Warlocks a lot. Exploits are similar to Eldritch Implications. Okay. That's true, yeah. Every couple levels you get a new one. Oh shit, and they have one that turns into animals. Although it's a dumb name. Brown Fur Transmuter is a atrocious name. Transmutation-focused Arcanists are known for transforming themselves into animals. A few realize that these specialized Arcanists excel at turning themselves and others into all kinds of creatures. Oh god, you lose the exploits though? That seems bad. You straight up lose like the Warlock invocations? That's a major part of that character. Although maybe you only lose some of them? It's only listed as removed on level 9. Oh, and level 3. Maybe you just lose some of them. You get Powerful Change at 3rd level. Brown for champions and harness the power of magic to empower transmutations. Whenever the brown for champions cast a transmutation spell, you can expend 1 point. Or Arcane Reservoir is a free action to bolster the spell. That doesn't seem that great. Okay, at 9th level you can change other people into things you can only do to yourself. That's not that sexy. I guess I really need to look at the base class and make sure that's something I like before I look at the subclasses, but I do like the 5e Warlock a lot. Adept at shaping the magic without needed to bind it up in spells. Font of Power. Gains 1 additional spell slot for each level. However, number of spells of each level that she can repair is reduced by 1. Become less diverse, but able to cast more spells. You're also removing these exploits, though. Stop doing that. Mage, you probably get, like, druid spells. Oh, wow. You straight up lose access to the Arcanist spell list and instead use druid spell list. That's fucking wild. Like, all of these subclasses are just, like, heavy mods for the actual class, which is crazy. Might like a Magus, something like a... God, there's also a Magus. Great. There's insane how many options there are. This is overwhelming. I think Mage is a bit rough at the start. That is true of most fantasy RPGs, unfortunately. Alright, well, I would rather play just a Druid, probably, than an Arcanist Nature Mage. Unfettered Arcanist gets Witch Spells and a Familiar. So here's a question. Is there any way, because obviously it's all about demon killing, so I could try to remake Kaelin, who was my character in Chris's campaign, War for the Lost Plane. I'm going to ask you this, those of you that are familiar with Pathfinder. Kaelin was a multi-class Monster Slayer Ranger, Warlock, the Pact of the Chain, and of the Fiend. Is there any way to do anything like that in this game? Basically, his concept was somebody who used ranged attacks. He dual crossbowed. I don't know if that's possible in this game at all. He was very much modeled after the Diablo 3 Demon Hunter, which was the dual cross... Well, I guess you could use different weapons, but dual crossbows. Except I added the fact that he got his... And crossed with Illidan from the Warcraft series. And he wanted to use like demon powers against demons. And I guess Blade, kind of. And he had a little demon familiar. That's where he got his powers from. He like bound a demon to himself. If witches are the ones that get familiars, I wonder if it'd be some kind of witch multi-class. It'd probably be way too much for me to play on my first playthrough, but I'm not even sure I can create that. But surely with all these class combinations, that must be possible. I assume the Arcanist... That's crazy. Arcanists, you just probably use witch spells. Although you do get to use your exploits. White Mage, healing, boring. Phantasmal Mage. Must be a gnome. That's funny. That's why it's kind of grayed out. Oh man, everybody's got recommendations. I love it. Alright, so Arcanist is on the... is on my final list, I'll say that. I like Warlocks a lot. In fact, let's just select this and continue on. This, okay. To the more interesting things, but I guess hair. What did I guess I already chose race, didn't I? ASMR. Human, elf, dwarf, gnome. They all have their stuff, don't they? I'm not playing probably a short race just because I think they look kind of weird. But everything else I'm pretty open to. Tieflings are always fun, especially in a demon campaign. That'd be pretty interesting. Riot is specifically just elemental earth. Wait, Dampier's like half vampire? Yeah, half living children of vampires. I could literally play Blade. Oh man, everyone wants to be Blade. That's cool. Or a goddamn fox person. Wow. Oh shit, you can actually change your shape. Alright, so you can just mask yourself to look like a person. How very useful. God, this is a lot. Okay. Trying to get to like the exploits and I can look on that if that's the kind of thing I want to do. But now I feel bad that I'm skipping. It's going to make me do all the ability scores, isn't it? Is there a roll button somewhere? There is not. Let me go further. Okay. What did I make? An Arcanist? I don't need that much dex. What am I doing? You can have 20 at level 1? Hot damn. Alright, good enough. Skills. 2. That's good. Feats are important. Point blank shot. There we go. All I want to do is look at your damn exploits. Possible select. This is a lot of options. Good lord. Ties to charisma too. Wait, is charisma your spellcasting stat? Bards, paladins, blood ragers, oracles, scalds, and sorcerers. It's gotta be intelligence. They all involve expending. They do. Arcane reservoir. A swift action. A barrier. Illusion of armor. How much of these arcane reservoirs do you get, and when do they come back? Let's see where it lists that. Well, you can add a lot of spells. Holy crap. Wow. Oh man, this is where the freaking planning has to come into play. Should want to cast Hellfire Ray. Big flame mark first. Specific subclass for each included race. Play Hunter. Alright. Let's back that ass up. Class. Alright. I don't think I'm gonna play Barbarian. But I'm willing to check it out. One of the earliest characters they give you in Kingmaker is a Barbarian. An armored Hulk. I get heavy armor proficiency as a barbarian. Beastkin. She actually transforms into an animal. Oh man. Some barbarians shape-change into rampaging dinosaurs. That sounds fucking awesome. I want to be some barbarians that transform into rampaging dinosaurs. I have to wait till 4th level. That's only a medium wolf. It functions as beast shape 1, except the duration is for as long as the beastkin berserker rages, only when entering a rage. Why only a wolf? I want to turn into a dinosaur. At level 8, you can turn into a leopard. A large bear at level 12. Alright, come on. That's it? You told me rampaging dinosaurs are megafauna. I'm not seeing those. I'm just seeing normal animals. That is kind of neat, though. Just rage and transform into animals. Which the path of the beast in 5e is a little bit like that. You don't literally turn into animals, but you get to, like, create some animal abilities. Invulnerable Rager. I typically don't go for the straight warriors, and I typically don't go for the straight spellcasters. I usually like some kind of a hybrid class or a rogue type class. Pack Rager. I do want an animal companion like a dinosaur. That sounds amazing. I like bards. I don't remember how bards work in Pathfinder. I like bards that have actual, like, bard spells they can do, like, skills, and not just, like, they're spellcasters and also good at rogue skills. Cough, 5e bard, cough. Bardic Inspiration is fine, but it's not that exciting. You get bard talents, and you get just a... Yeah, so is this the only thing you get is a performance? Okay, you do learn new songs with different effects. You know what I wish I could see is the level up progression is what I want to see. I would like to see what new songs I get as a bard. You are pure support, my friend. Is this thing... Oh, it doesn't change as you do the things. Psychologist. Oh, wait, here it might tell you what kind of bards you get. I wonder why it doesn't show you this level up thing on the main class. Inspire Competence is a new song. +2 bonus to skill checks. It's not very exciting. Which, yeah, this particular class loses all their songs, which is dumb. Ooh, Beast Tamer has allies. A natural might. What? Beast Tamer can cast summon nature's allies, a spell-like ability. And you can inspire ferocity in your beasts. And always summon beasts. That actually sounds really cool. But again, you lose their fucking songs to do it. It's so weird how a lot of these subclasses are just total... They're not really subclasses, they're just mods that, like, replace the entire class with something else. Like, alright, you're a bard, but you can't actually use bard songs. What? Instead, you summon creatures. I just wish these bard songs were more exciting. The Pillars of Eternity chanter was cool as shit. That one is you could literally sing certain songs that could overlap into different party-wide abilities or detriments to the enemy or something. And then after you did a couple of those, then you could cast a spell that used some of those chants, whatever. It was a whole unique system and made it really fun and cool. And unfortunately, neither D&D or Pathfinder is nearly as cool when it comes to bards. Alright, that's pretty cool. Level 9, you can summon a fucking manticore. Or natural dire boars, or natural leopards. Dirge Bard, a composer of sonorous laments for the dead and elaborate requiems for those lost yet long remembered. Is there a bard who's like a melee type bard? Because I had another D&D character that was a half-orc, like hair metal rock star, who was just like a super strength and con, and just waded into fights with his axe, and then it was like a axe guitar, very much modeled after was that Jack Black video game, Brutal Legend. I want to play that character. Thundercall, basically a physical fighting bard. No College of Valor bard. Doesn't seem like it. This is a different class. They did say there was a Scald. Maybe it's the Scald. Yeah. Alright, so Bard's out. Blood Rager, are you not just a fucking barbarian? Berserkers who succumb to rage to increase their power in melee fight. They can use a basic set of arcane spells, mostly to empower themselves. Alright, so you're a barbarian with some spells. Okay, I want to be a barbarian, but I also want to cast some spells. Okay, well... How about this? You can be a blood rager. Tieflings can be a reformed fiend. Steel blood. And also, I want to be a barbarian and cast spells and also have armor proficiency. Fine, fine. You're a steel blood rager. Are you happy now? Get the fuck out of my office. Alright, but I want to eat spells. You know what? I'm sick of this. You can just do whatever you want. Cannibalize their own magical energy. Alright, so I'm not going to be a barbarian. I'm probably not going to be a blood rager, but holy crap, there's so many options. Cavalier. I really wish you would let me look and see what animal companions I could choose. Oh, shit. There it is. A giant centipede. Are there more? I need to see all the creatures with the Cavalier. Is it just baseline Cavalier? What's the difference between that and Beast Rider? Ah. Cavalier is literally just a horse. That's lame. Beast Rider is more exotic animals. You could ride on a fucking giant centipede. I do want options. Who doesn't want to ride into battle on a giant centipede? That would be terrifying. Just want to see the animal companions. Order, I don't know. Of the cockatrice. Why would you be in a cockatrice order? Oh shit, it keeps going. No. I'm never going to play the game. A Smilodon. I don't even know what that is. That sounds like a dinosaur. I know Triceratops is a fucking dinosaur. Can I ride a Triceratops? That sounds really cool. Or a Velociraptor. Also, apparently they all grow in size at some point. Oh, saber-toothed tiger. You're right. You're right. Go back to my Ice Age. Mastodon. Is that not like a woolly mammoth? Fucking giant centipede. Can't be tripped. And I like dogs, but why would you choose a dog when you have a fucking Velociraptor or a Triceratops? Alright, so that's good to know. You have to choose Beast Rider to actually get better. And yes, I mean better, because I don't want to ride on a fucking horse in a fantasy game. Wait, why does it remove Animal Companion? But I guess it maybe removes the horse, but gives you a different one. Which I guess is like a fighter with an Animal Companion at that point. And you get it at level 1. Teamwork feat. Riding a saber-toothed tiger would be pretty fucking cool too. Okay. Holy crap. So even if I want an animal companion, I still have like 4 or 5 choices to choose from. My choosiest choice. Alright, so Cavalier, you're on there. Alright, we've made it like a fifth of the way through. God damn it. We're not gonna play tonight, are we? Alright, Arcanist. If I want to be a Warlock. Cavalier, although I think I have to choose Beast Rider if I want to choose a better companion. Wait, where are the companions now? Oh, you don't even have a companion. You just hunt monsters. Some leader, you just have a horse. There's a way to pronounce that I'm not familiar with. I believe it's a French term. Also a horse. The wall is a horse. Standard bear doesn't have an animal. Why would you be a cavalier without a fucking mount? And this is only for halflings and only for me to dog and wolf. Alright, so you have to be a cavalier beast rider if you want to have a cool thing to ride around on. Alright, so that's one option. Cleric, I think we're just going to skip completely. I never liked clerics. I'm sure there's a cool cleric in here somewhere I would actually like, but so not just default to halfling. It's gross. Back to class. But I know I don't want to play a cleric, so skip that. Druid, I'm probably very heavily leaning towards because I like shapeshifting. I like summoning animals. I like having an animal companion. I like a lot of what the druids can do. I played Neverwinter Nights 1 all the way through as a druid. That might have been the last time I played a druid. I think in 2 I played a rogue ranger hybrid thing. Druids are 4-star difficulty. Baseline druid. Wait, do you get an animal? Oh, yeah, it says nature bond. Oh, there it is under bond. But there's also like rangers and hunters, which I believe all have that too. God damn, there's so many choices. I also like control as being like the crowd control specialist. You get not 1 but 2 clerics as companions. That is good to know. Thank you, Zetra. Was Theron the only D&D druid you ever had in the party in 5e? Yes, I think so. I mean, I think it's the case for a lot of the classes. As of Rime of the Frostmane, we've just played the last 2 classes we've never played before, which is Artificer and Barbarian. So we have officially covered every class. However, most of them I think we've only played once, and some of them we've never played solo. Like, I'm the only one that played Warlock, and I've played Warlock twice, and both times it was multi-class. So we haven't played like a full-fledged Warlock. And I believe nobody's played a full-fledged fighter before either. Always been mixed with something else. Interesting stats. So I could easily be a baseline druid and probably be happy with that. Light druid. That's light. You lose your animal companion though. That's out. May not bond with an enemy. May select from the death and destructive domains in addition to those normally available. Oh, that's right out because I want an animal companion. Defender of the True World. Specialize in tracking down, diverting, and slaying Fey threats. Probably not as useful against Demon campaign, although I'm sure there are some Fey monsters in this campaign. Drovier. Is that how you pronounce that? You, your allies, adventure companions, a herder, pact, protected, directed variations of the theme range from culture to culture. You lose Nature's Bond, but you gain an animal companion. Oh, Nature's Bond. I need to read this more carefully. You actually, it's kind of like a cleric. You can either take one of the following cleric domains, or you get an animal companion. So in this one, it's just saying you have to take an animal companion, I believe. Okay. I was like, why did it remove Nature's Bond? But Nature's Bond actually gives you a choice. Oh, but you lose your wild shapes. Fuck that. That one's out. Sounds like baseline range. Druid might be the best one. Elemental Rampager. Embrace the destructive aspects of nature and its elements, using this power to fuel their prowess in melee combat. But you lose your animal companion. Although it looks like you get fucking rage mode as a wild shape, which is kind of neat. Become a better wild shaper. Man, level 10. You can turn into fucking large elementals, shambling mounds, and the Smilodon. How cool is that? 12th, you can turn into a huge elemental. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of the mods really start getting into the advanced class of trying to figure things out. Magic. Primal Druids hone their spiritual and magical connection to nature's largest creatures. Oh shit. Do you not normally get dinosaurs as a druid? We need to look that up. Sick. Whatever. Kills. Whatever. Bond. Oh no, you still do. I still have a Triceratops, buddy. What does that mean if you go primal? Move nature's bond, remove nature's sense. Add animal companion, which means you have to choose an animal, which is fine. Maybe you have to choose a dinosaur. Primal Druid adds enlarge person to their class of spells. You can also channel stored spell energy to cast this spell without preparing it. Cast enlarge person. Really good at enlarge person for some reason. Alright, so you can like maybe wild shape and use enlarge person on yourself? Because I'm not sure why you'd want to do that. Like the only thing you get. That's not that big of a change. Maybe you could only choose... Yeah, you can only choose the prehistoric ones. Which is fine, that's all I want. So maybe Primal Druid. Fighter, probably skip. Again, there's probably some cool fighters in here. Is that like the Witcher, the mutation warrior? Ah, shit. Hunters are all about the animal companions also. Does this game also have rangers? Fuck, it does. Oh my god. Hunters fight side by side with their animal companions. They can use both melee and ranged weapons. Employ some divine spells that will empower themselves and their companions. And a middle of the pack on everything, but focused on ranged combat. Makes sense as your hunter. You get animal aspects. Hunters can empower themselves and their animal companions with feats and abilities of various beasts. Okay. Teamwork feats. What kind of companions, though? Do you get cool ones? Do you get dinosaurs? Because the druid had dinosaurs. Now I'm picturing them like dating all these characters and sizing them up with each other. You do have dinosaurs. Alright, you've got all of them. Good to know. Good to know. Spells right from level 1. Here's what I end up playing. It is rather neat. Yeah, Hunter sounds cool. I wish the one thing this doesn't. Maybe we need to hit details. Oh fuck! I just noticed that fucking detail button. Thank you. This is what I wanted. Give me the progression. Well, tell me there's a details button. You You get an animal focus. On herself, there's no duration in the animal aspect. Additionally, a hunter can take on the aspect of an animal as a swift action. Gets the same benefits as the current animal companion focus. So you're essentially somebody with a ranged weapon, and then you've got an animal companion that can run in there. Your divine caster, your spell casting ability is wisdom. I think I'd rather have spontaneous. Preparing their spells sucks. Okay, with a limited number of spells, I want to keep things pretty easy. So I like that. Highest max level spells is 6, so you're not a pure caster, you're probably a half caster. So can I look at this screen from the druid also? There we go. Ah, so you have to memorize your spells. Druid, that's a mark against you. The one I was looking at? Cavalier, which has no spells whatsoever. You're just a fighter with an animal companion. Alright, let's go back to Hunter. Second level, energy price shot or outflank. Grants her teamwork feats to her animal companion. That's cool. You guys work well together, which is neat. You get those every couple levels. Oh, this is such a cool character creator. Are y'all enjoying this? Because I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I can't remember the last time I spent this long on a character creator, and I've for one character. Boy, you don't get 2 attacks until level 8. If I'm reading that correctly. Second animal focus. 10th level, Hunter gains raise animal companion spell-like ability. I wonder if that doesn't matter for me because my playing the difficulty where they just pop back up. Tells you what your spells look like. Which it looks like a lot of druid spells. You can summon creatures, entanglement, you've got all the stat buff spells. Old animal. Yeah, there's no way. I have a Smilodon named Smiles. That's very good. Yeah, Hunter is looking pretty good. I like it. It checks all the boxes that I'm looking for, which is I'd love to have a dinosaur animal companion. I think that's fucking neat as hell. No video game RPG that I can recall has let me have a dinosaur animal companion in it. It's got the like dexterity based character I like. I usually prefer melee than range. I could certainly be ranged. And it's got the mix of some spells, but not a focus on spells. I haven't even looked at the subclasses yet. Including Scoundrel. She's a canny and conniving skirmisher, manipulating her enemies and leveraging her allies for her own benefit. Tell you on this screen what that does? Not really. Okay. So you lose your animal focus, which seems like a big deal. You gain Scapegoat. Target one foe within 30 feet. Designate one willing ally adjacent to that foe as a scapegoat. Okay, that sounds a little finicky. At 8th level, you can give your colluding scoundrel sneak attack, though. Fine Hound. The other people side with a loyal friend. Moves Animal Companion, then adds Animal Companion. What is that? Oh, it's Divine Hound. You literally only get Dog or Wolf. Okay. Oh, but you get like the Paladin abilities. Or is that Inquisitor? It's Judgment. Ooh, Animal Companion gets its own talent tree. That's pretty cool. Divine Hunter. Literally has no class description. Is that a bug? Domain selection. You get a fucking cleric domain? You sure do. What do you lose? Your hunter tactics and your teamwork feat. It just feels like taking any of these subclasses is a bad deal if you haven't even played the class before. That's what I'm judging. Forester has a different kind of animal focus. Oh, the Forester has no animal companion. Great. Urban Hunter. You also have a very specific. You have Dog or Horse. And the Wandering Marksman. Yes, I'll probably just choose a baseline Hunter. Alright, Hunter's definitely in the running. I'm liking it. Inquisitor. Okay, Inquisitor has the Judgment. That is a fucking crazy good outfit. Have some kind of unique ability. So there was one of the characters in Kingmaker you get early on as an Inquisitor. I was playing around with the Judgment. Yeah, basically like one of the abilities I could do is like a lay on hands, but there's some other things too. Bane weapon. They do seem like a pretty cool like mix between caster and fighter. I mean, I guess basically like a cleric fighter. It's usually not one that I'm interested in, but Sacred Huntsman. Oh shit, you get a you sure do, you get a fucking animal companion here. Haha, that's hilarious. Wizards create a strong ball with an animal companion. You get the full mix? It looks like you do. Oh, you lose Judgment, though, which is a big part of that class. That's wild. I think you're definitely more of a fighter, though, aren't you? Actually, no. You still only have 8 hit points and 5 per level. Its attack bonus is only average, so... Yeah, you're not actually that much more of a fighter. Definitely more melee focused. And you do have spells, right? Probably have more of the clerics, but yeah, cleric spells. I think the druid spells are more fun. Although cleric spells are always the most useful ones in any game. I never like my player to be a cleric, but I always have to have like somebody with that spell list, either cleric or paladin or I guess Inquisitor. But the fact you get to trade them in for, and you get the hunter tactics too. Jeez, what a crazy class idea. Alright, the cantrips. I think I would probably like Hunter more than the Inquisitor Sacred Huntsmaster. It just again, it feels weird to play a class without their baseline feature, which in this case would be Judgment. Alright, now Kineticists looked fucking cool when I was looking up classes, but it does scare me that it's a 5-star difficulty. This is the one that reminded me of the Warlock, although I guess it's the 3rd edition Warlock. Well, I guess 5e too. Where you had a specific attack you could modify. Kineticists is just pure range DPS, baby. Are you even a spellcaster? You're not. You're like your own thing. Oh my god. It's its entire... Yeah, super complicated. Yeah, I mean, it looked like an interesting class, but yeah, it had its own entire system. It reminded me, there was a really neat class in Pillars of Eternity called the Cypher, which was a like Psionicist, and it also worked at its own resource system. Basically, you had to generate... I forget what the resource was. I don't know what it was. Psychic power or something. You started off with some, but then you had to generate some every time you hit somebody. And then as you generated it, you literally filled up your... whatever your number was, and then you spent that, you know, certain numbers, and it was tied to the levels. Like, first level spells would cost 10 of this resource, and second level spells would cost 20. And so every time you could... every once in a while you could attack, and then you could cast one of your big cool spells. And it worked really neat. It was... you know, a pretty... it wasn't that difficult of a system, and I liked that class a lot. Pillars, man, it was good shit. Second one didn't have as good of a story, though. I'll probably not do this for my first playthrough, but it looked really cool. And I doubt I'm going to play it again, but these are long games. That seems really neat. Earning stats to keep casting. Yeah, that seems terrifying. Mad Dog Barbarian. I think I skipped a lot of the Barbarian ones. Magus. Is this a fighting mage? You sure are. Okay. Arcane spellcaster who fights with a weapon in one hand and a spell in the other. I like doing that in Skyrim. That was a fun playstyle. This class takes a lot of attention to micromanage. It's a 5-star. Allows the Magus to cast a spell within the same round as a weapon attack. Can't be used if the Magus has... they're both hands full. That's an incorrect sentence. That sounds like a cool class and something I would enjoy, but also probably more complicated than I want for my first playthrough. So you're kind of like the Arcanist, where you have a pool of points. Also, do not like memorizing spells. Oh shit, there's an arcane rider. Does everything have a fucking animal companion friend? You're making this real hard for me, game. God damn it. I think you only get a horse, though. Okay. If it's only the horse, then it can fuck off. I'm not interested in a horse. Wow, though. So many things mix the animal companions. Oh, are you fucking kidding me, dorky orc? You get an animal companion with a barbarian? Hang on, I gotta look at this now. I skipped that one. Fight alongside rabid dogs. It's literally called Mad Dog. It's not only dogs, though, so you can choose all of them. Oh yeah, you lose rage at first level. Second level, I guess it would be. No, yeah, you lose rage at first level. In your first rage power. Also lose damage reduction as a barbarian. Or it just delays it, okay. That seems like a decent trade-off. Making the same opponent. That's hilarious. Like, you and your animal companion just fucking raging into battle together. Does let you pick all of them. So you could do, like, you and a fucking Velociraptor. That's fucking hilarious. You and your enraged giant centipede. Man, that's awesome. I like that half the classes are just like, look, alright, you want an Companion? Fine. Fine. I remember Monk being a really fun class in 3rd edition. I think they're also pretty good in 5th edition, too. Even though a lot of people hate on them. I like the, the key system, I think is fun. But I think one of the early people you get is a monk. Or at least the archer monk. So that would be the main thing that would turn me off of monk. I keep thinking about that hunter. I think we may have to go hunter here. What else was I going to look up? What the fuck is an oracle? More spells only gain new ones as they advance in level. Okay, so you are the sorcerer version of a cleric. And you can curse people. Oh, interesting. Gives some certain penalties and bonuses, and as you advance, the curse becomes less detrimental and more beneficial. Yeah, Corey, I totally beat you to it. With the delay. The Sorcerer Cleric, yeah. That might make me play a cleric more than anything else. The spontaneous casting, charisma based. That sounds like a much more interesting. And the fact you could choose your own curse is pretty cool too. Oh, you could be demonic. Yes, Aussie, indeed. Still choosing a class. Well, they give you 25 fucking classes, like. And yeah, no fun if you're still here. Can you even imagine making a full team of like 4 or 5 or 6 people? Honestly, that'd be pretty cool though, because you could just spend days poring over this thing. When's he gonna actually start the game? Never. He's never gonna start the game. And we haven't even gotten to like what my character's gonna look like yet. Is that a Boread only? Oh, it's a dwarf. Okay. Oh my gosh, and we still have these. All right, we know we're not going to play wizard. I guess I need to look at ranger too if I'm still into animal companions. The ranger does have to memorize spells. You're a worse spell. You're the worst spellcaster in terms of between druid and hunter. But you can do both melee and ranged combat, unlike the hunter, which is pretty much just ranged combat. You also get favorite enemy, which you could choose fucking demons in this campaign, I think, pretty safely. I do like fighting with 2 one-handed weapons. That is pretty cool. Oh shit, and Demon Slayer is one of the ones you can pick. That seems like a good idea. Must choose favorite enemy, evil outsider. I don't know, I kind of like the... Or which visuals you're talking about. I like the models. I think they look pretty... Well, not the... I fucking hate their small person models. They look creepy as shit. I like the clothing and stuff, though. I think that looks really good. You want to talk about models also? I just came off playing Celesta not too long ago, and that game had really bad fucking models. Oh, Demon Slayer also has some other stuff, though. Lose endurance. Go Demon Slayer. So the difference between Ranger and Hunter... Ranger don't have an animal companion? Where's your animal companion, sir? I don't think Demon Slayer has one. Rangers not get animals, or am I not seeing it? Does a ranger not get animal companions? I guess that's why they have hunter. Power of racism. I guess it kind of is, isn't it? I never thought about it that way. I hate all aberrations. Because of this one aberration that wronged me one time. I hate them all. I mean, when it comes to demons, though, they technically are all evil, right? I don't make some demons. 4th level. I'm not seeing this. Oh, 4th level. Oh, Hunter's Bond. Okay. So you can choose to bond with your companions, lame, or choose a close bond with an animal companion. Okay. That's interesting. Level 4 is going to be a ways away. Also, it's not as good. The ranger's effective druid level is equal to his ranger level -3, so your animal companion is always weaker than the druids. Is that as true as the hunters or not? I'm going to get my animal companion. Okay, it literally is the same as the druid. So the ranger actually is a shittier animal companion. Straight up. So you yourself are stronger, but your animal companion is shittier. Is there one that's better at working with animals? There's a feat that fixes that. I mean, there's probably a feat that goddamn fixes all of them. I mean, Demon Slayer does sound pretty appropriate. That's technically what Kalen was. Kalen was a Demon Slayer ranger. He was a monster slayer, but specialized in demons. So if I did this, I would probably just play Kalen. Now, Kalen also had was multi-classed with fire spells and a demon companion, not an animal companion. So that would be a little different. I don't think I want to multi-class into... I don't know what that would be, like witch? You can choose a familiar? Wizard, probably? That's cool. A ranger that specializes in urban environment. Also, you're charisma-based instead of wisdom. Flame Warden. What's the difference? Lose your animal companion, but gain different spells. Summon small fire elemental. A freebooter is a pirate. That's kind of funny. Also lose your animal companion and your favorite enemy. Okay. Nomad is the animal. Oh, but it's a fucking horse. God damn it. Why? Why do you like horses so much, game? They're horses. Stormwalker sounds cool. Forces you to choose archery. And once again, you lose your animal companion. Alright. Fantastic. Alright. Witch. Potent spellcasters are going to employ this. I do believe you get a witch companion as well, so that's kind of turning me off of witch. So I want to see what your familiars are. Funsies. Are they just little bullshit things? They're not like imps and stuff? Yeah, there's kind of little animals. I don't know if anything would actually let me take a little imp familiar then. I couldn't technically make Kalen appropriately. But like I said, I think one of the companions is a witch. Scald. Did that have a better bard? Combination of a furious fighter and an empowering ally. They usually fight in melee. Because I could make my Rockstar Bard character. Employ a limited number of spells, can heal and empower their party members. Their songs inspire battle rage in their teammates, making those who fight with weapons stronger. Let's make those who fight with weapons stronger. It's an odd way of saying that. Spontaneous casting I do like a lot. Charisma based, always like to be in the face. First level. Inspire Rage. Allies other than the Scalds cannot use any ability that requires patience or concentration. You literally bestow rage upon your allies. That would only be good for certain parties. Barbarian, yeah. That's basically the character I tried to create in 5e, which is the College of Valor. Bard with possibly a level of Barbarian for funsies. So you still have spells. Level 1, you have one level 1 spell. You have 2. Then you have 3. 3 and 1. Okay. Canny dodge. And you gain rage power, so you are a fucking barbarian. So Scald talents. There's a rage power. Well, now this is interesting. Barbarian. Oh man. All rage and the barbarian gets a bite attack. Affects the Scald and any allies under the influence of the inspired rage. Still making a character. Yes, Blanky. Was there any doubt? My goal is to have this character done by the end of the stream, not to play any game. Why? That's a... You could sprout spikes on your body while raging. Food familiar. I think she's an imp quasit or pseudo dragon's familiars. Oh man, is possible. The bad thing is, in order to combine that with my demon slaying ranger, would take some multi-class shenanigans that would probably get me pretty bad. Unless I could do that with like one level of witch or wizard or something. I think witch is appropriate. Scald sounds neat. Yeah, this is all the game is. You hit once you hit next and complete, it's like game. Congratulations, you won the game. You made a character. And it rolls credits. You can just play a song to make everybody stronger for strength checks. Dirge of Doom. That 10th level. Mind-affecting fear effect. That's pretty neat. Is it actually a viable melee character? Yeah, he's max. He's low armor. Could make my Barbarian. He'd be a half-orc. I guess I could look at the subclasses too. I mean, I'm still leaning towards Animal Companion because I really like the idea of the dinosaur Animal Companions. I should get an achievement. But It's cool there's an entire class devoted to a melee fucking bard that can rage, I guess, himself and others? This level Scald gets a bonus feat. Good summoning abilities. I mean, you are like a super hybrid class here. What does the recommended build look like? Oh my lord. Do the auto level up for all your characters. Well, don't do that. Just wanted to see what it looked like, man. So I can see the spells right here. Those are fun spells. Sleep, summon monster, hideous laughter, hypnotism, mirror image, invisibility, cacophonous call. Oh, that's useful. Yeah, as long as they're not constant, which I don't know how concentration works in this game. It's the same as just while casting a spell, you have to be concentrating. Basically, we'd be casting any spells you don't want to have the Inspire Rage. Which, again, you don't want to have a very spellcastery team then. What kind of armor can you wear? You can wear medium armor. And even a shield if you wanted to. Well, you'd probably have to drop the shield to cast spells, depending on if it's tricky like Celasta is. I'm kind of liking the Scald idea. Alright, let's look at the things. Battle Scion. Unique mixture of courtly grace alongside martial and magical prowess. She is a warrior poet. Not sound like my character. Courtly presence. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Battle Singer. Damage enemies. Sounds cool, with the sheer power of their vocal cords. Now you're talking. Though you lose rage powers. Standard action, Battle Singer can spend 1 round of Scald performance to damage all enemies in a 15-foot cone. You have like a scream attack, dealing 1d6 sonic damage for 2 levels of Scald. And it's just like a scream icon. How often can you do your Inspired Rage thing? So that might actually be pretty cool, though. I don't know how good the rage powers are. Insightful contemplation. You lose your Inspired Rage. Oh my goodness. The twisted power of the demon worshipping Scald. Alright, gives everybody the bite attack when they get the rage. Just automatically select these rage powers for you then, is what it's doing? Man. Not stop attacking. Herald of the Horn. Arcane bond object. You're bonded to a fucking horn. An extra spell. Or the hunt collar. Oh, does this one give me a animal companion? Because they all do that. While they're allies of the animal world, they can invoke the inner beasts of those who observe their supernatural performances. A talent causes many to mistake the hunt collar and allies for lycanthropes or other shape-changing creatures. What does that mean? Detect opponents by sense of smell at 6th level. Wait, is that all it gives you? What the hell? Alright, it doesn't really transform you from what I'm telling. It gives you scent and inspire scent. There's something else here I'm not seeing. Lose some rage powers and Song of the Fallen. Seems like Baseline Scald or Battle Singer Scald would both be really good. Fuck, there's so many good choices here. Slayer like a goddamn rogue. A large amount of damage to enemies. Somebody give you... Let's see if you get an animal companion as a Slayer. Like you get one anytime soon. A different kind of rogue, it looks like. One that's only for humans. That's funny. This is rather weak. So what's the difference between you and a rogue? You're worse at sneak attacking, but better at something else. You have Slayer talents. Okay. So like running out of steam. Alright. I'm gonna grab a drink. But I'm telling you what it's probably come down to right now. I think the final running is a Scald, either Bare Bones or Battle Singer, a Ranger, probably straight up Ranger or Demon Slayer, actually. In which case I could try to make Kalen. Yeah, Slayer looked really cool, but it kind of looked like the same thing. I mean, I don't know, I like rogues and Slayers a lot. Or I like rogues. I guess I'd like a Slayer too. But I think you get a rogue fairly early on that seems neat. So that would kind of turn me off that one. Anyway, where was I? So Scald, Ranger, Hunter. Basically, I really like the Animal Companion idea. I think Hunter would just be a baseline Hunter. Druid, although it's more of a spellcaster, but you do get the Wild Shape and Animal Companion. And either baseline Druid or Primal Druid. And I think that was... I think I liked Arcanist also. Spontaneous caster, uses intelligence, has invocations, you know, basically the Warlock. And probably a baseline. So that's what we're down to. I'm going to grab a drink. I want you all to kind of give your thoughts on what you'd like to see me play. Not saying that's what I'll do, but it's between Arcanist, Druid, Hunter, Ranger, or Scald, I think. Right back. Agreed, there are too many choices. It's really great. I have not seen... I have played most CRPGs of the last 10 years, I feel like. At least all the big ones. And this has got to be one of the most enjoyable character creators I've seen. So many options. They do a great job of letting you look at them. Seeing the trees, seeing the progression, the way they have all this information on the screen looks great. Like, I am incredibly impressed with this character creator. Dean says Ranger. I'll be stuck on character creation for days. Yep, I feel that. C-Fucks. Hunter or Scald look neat. I agree. Hunter and Scald. Okay. Well, it comes down to it. So I'll tell you right now, if I made a Scald, it would be my half-orc hair metal rockstar. Although in D&D he was a dragonborn, but you know, basically the same. He's kind of like a big, strong, semi-bestial, monstrous-looking dude. The idea, very strength-based. Oh, interesting. And they decouple it, don't they? They just get a +2 on whatever you want. That's good. No longer having to worry about the class min-maxing. Yes. So I did read that you can totally redo your character. Yes, that is which, man, that's awesome. Thank goodness for that. Every game should do that because you're making one of the most important decisions you can make in the entire game before having played the game, which is partly why this is so stressful, and partly why I love games like Skyrim and the Divinity series, because you're just taking those skills. They're not class-based at all. You're just taking those skills as you play them and as you use them. Whereas these more D&D style games, you got to pick your class and you're locked in there. So I do appreciate the respecs a lot. That's right, Jordan. That's exactly what I was picturing doing. My Wolfgang character. I still really like that character. So Scald would be that character. Hunter, I don't really have... So if you take something with clerical spells, you can get an ammo companion, but it will be delayed. Yeah, that's the things that I don't even know about, is the other ways you can get stuff, like, because I'm sure there's feats, you know, that let you do those kind of things. So what I like about Hunter is, in fact, let's compare their... Yeah, they both have spontaneous casting, which is great. Hunter is wisdom based instead of charisma. They're both kind of half casters. I'm not really stressed. I'm just trying to get it narrowed down at this point. I'd say it's still a fun level of stress. If you notice, I kind of skipped through the last ones and didn't really go through them that heavy because I was like, all right, I've kind of got my favorites now once I hit Scald. So Hunter, I don't have as much of a class concept for. I could try to make Kalen, although his companion was an imp. It wasn't really a ferocious beast, so I might have to just come up with a unique character here on the fly, which I could totally do that. So we could, you know, compare. One thing I wish when you make a character, does it make you go straight to the thing, or does it let you save the character in like a character pool and then you choose them later? Because I could make both characters, but the other thing I could do is look at the portraits. See which portrait speaks to me. That's going to limit my options. Do they even have a male half-orc fucking portrait in this game? Could also be a tiefling, I guess. If I wanted to do the Scald. Alright, that guy doesn't look like a Scald, but picture might work. Very limited portraits. Warrior. All like very specific archetype portraits too. Guess looks like he's just got the deepest frown. Great art, just like Icewind Dale. I don't know. Icewind Dale had weird ass art. It had that weird art style where everything was like dark and like washed out. She's carrying a dead. Okay. And that's like a. What is that, like a mouse sticking out of your hair? Ha! Generic adventurer portrait. That's true. I could upload a custom. Come up with a custom token or something. Ah! Grizzled Barbarian. Now I'm trying to let the inspirations talk to me. What would be a better... None of these look like necessarily my Scalds. This might be the closest one. In terms of a charismatic rockstar half-orc. Or we've got a hunter. I have no idea what kind of class that would be. I always like tieflings. I do think... So... Was it... Does Hunter could be the Demon Slayer? No, that was Ranger. Because Ranger would probably be more what Kaelin is. So Hunter, I'd really have to do something new. Would somebody have a dinosaur as an animal companion? Hunter, you're pure range damage, I think. Only solution is to roll a d20. You'd be a fucking wolf hunter. Or a wolf. Fox, I guess. That is a cool portrait. But clearly looks like a wizard also. This dude is awesome. This looks like Kaelin's outfit too. Like leather, fucking duster, and like a wide brimmed hat. You could still make him a tiefling, I guess, because he's got his hat would be covered up. Alright, which one do you want to see first? The Scald or the Hunter? I guess let's start the Hunter, because that's what I'm looking at. So what am I making? I don't have to make Kaelin. I can make anybody. Riyadh was cool. Fox people. Bonus on perception checks. That seems pretty good. What half elves? What I usually, or I guess do a fucking human. Human just gets an extra feat. And more skills. Bonus feat at first level. What if we were to choose a human? Doesn't look like you can do a melee hunter. At least it doesn't seem viable. He's literally... Well, I guess he's two. It's not like he specialized in ranged combat, but it's kind of a little bit of everything. Yeah, ASMRs are like angel people, aren't they? I don't want to be an angel person. I guess it could be like a fallen angel kind of a thing. I'm not necessarily being evil either. This is your background selection. Am I a farmhand, lumberjack, miner, smith? What was dinosaur hunter? Is that on here? guess Wanderer. Regional. Holy crap, there are a lot of these. I am Mendevian Orphan, a Mowangian Hunter, a Nexian Scholar. Scion Historian. Golly. None. I have none background. Hermit, a hunter, or a nomad. Well, it kind of makes sense I'd be a hunter, wouldn't it? Skills, short bows, and longbows. I assume I'm already proficient with that shit as a fucking hunter. Tell me what my proficiencies are. Get simple weapons. Not gonna tell me what those are they? Alright, well, it's simple and martial, so I have, assumably, all the weapons. As a hunter. I already have the class skill, but proficiency armor proficiency granted by the background for class. Get a +1 competence bonus in case of skills, and a +1 enhancement bonus in case of weapon proficiency. Okay. That seems pretty good. I get a +1 to my bows. You know what I'm fucking tempted to do? I wonder if there's a portrait that looks like her. I'm thinking like hunter, bow, dinosaurs. I'm thinking fucking Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. Oh, you can actually choose the characters. That's kind of weird. But I don't know if anybody looks even close to Aloy. You're a dwarf, though, aren't you? Human woman with red hair is not very many options. Yeah, we could make Aloy. Could I still count that as a human, even though it's clearly looks like a dwarf portrait? Let's see how far I can get with this. Alright, so keep hunter. Okay. Ability scores. So there's straight up point based. Since I get bonuses to my bow, I think I'm going Dex. I'll be Dex based. Primarily use my bow. And my spells require wisdom. For some reason I already have a 13. Did I already? Okay. Oh, it keeps it over from the previous. Okay. That. Oh shit, straight up getting more spell slots. But not any more than that. Okay, so you want at least a 12 wisdom. Yes, I did get that. Which, I mean, it makes sense. Yeah, so wisdom is your spellcasting ability. You want that decent. Probably at least a 14. Dex is probably going to be at least an 18. Obviously, I want to have some strength and con. But I'm probably going to stick to range. More I need to have. Well, you can go fucking 19. Okay. Could go 16 wisdom, or I assume I get to add points eventually. Oof. Costs a lot. Could have 15 and maybe go... Maybe do this. 14, just so I can switch to melee if I need to. Not great at it, but Dex would be better. Con could probably stand being raised, and so could Wisdom. Hopefully the first chance I get I can raise both of those. Because Con is always good. And then Int and Charisma. I guess we could always back them off a little bit, but I like having at least average. Think that's okay? Got a +1 every 4 levels. Okay. So, yeah, by the time I need Wisdom of 16, I'm sure we'll be there. Shore up those, and hopefully at some point I can add 2 to Dex. Yeah, I like being average Charisma. Everybody liked Aloy. I could drop it to an 8, but let me raise my con. That's true, yeah. Number of skill points gained each level. Characters get at least 1 skill point per level. Myself more Constitution. Let's do that. We have a con of 14, which is nice. 1 more hit point. Skills will pay the bills. Got class skills. I don't have very many points. Athletics, stealth, the knowledge of the world, lore of nature, perception, and persuasion. Let's make sure we're good at perception. Already got points into nature and knowledge of the world. Athletics. I mean, we just add all our class skills, basically. I didn't realize persuasion was a class skill. Or -1 into a +3. In fact, you actually can't... Oh, yeah, you can. You can do stealth. Trickery. Mobility seems like a good one to have, though. Get some mobility in there. Alright, my feat. For being a human, I assume. I get to choose a feat. Point blank shot. Don't have to ever switch to melee. Get a +1 bonus on attack and damage rolls as ranged weapons at ranges of up to 30 feet. That's obviously going to come into play probably a lot. I'm pretty much tied to using the bow. And yeah, that seems really good if you're going to use a bow. History of Terrors. There's so many fucking feats. You're especially hard to kill. Metamagics. That's right. That's where. So that's what I thought was interesting playing, going from Neverwinter Nights to 5th edition, that they baked all of the metamagics into an entire class, which is the 5th edition sorcerer. Like to throw anything. All right, yeah, let's go point blank shot. It seems like the best. Unless there's something specifically about. Yeah, as a boon. Why is it thumbs down? Why are all of these thumbs down? Rapid shot also? These all seem like they'd be useful. Are these because I gain these at some point? Ability of your animal companions are calculated as though your class were 4 levels higher to a maximum effective level to your character level. Oh, because it's already at my character level. Okay, so this is the one you take to fix the ranger penalty. Why does it not want me to take Rapid Shot? Boy, Point Blank also gives you things. I get Rapid Shot already? Okay. But deity. What does that matter? Domains, favored weapon. I don't think I care about domains because I'm a hunter. Asmodeus is all about the evil. Atheism. Atheist souls are still judged by Pharasma. There's a Rapier, Chaos Charm, Knowledge, Luck, Trickery. Animals and the longbow. It's probably going to be you. Old Deadeye himself. Simpler pleasures life has to offer. Yeah, that sounds like Aloy. Anybody else played Horizon Zero Dawn? Very excited about the upcoming sequel. Best domain. Alright, the most important choice I could possibly make, the animal companion. Can't choose a robot dinosaur, that would be more appropriate. Said I wanted a dinosaur. Get all these fabulous animals. I wonder why they have different icons. That's needlessly confusing. I know, honestly, I was thinking the same thing. Atheism, which the cons definitely exist. I think they make a joke about that in, like, was it the Discworld books or something? I just love the fucking idea that you could walk around with a Triceratops. That just makes me so happy. The Chonkster boy, already medium. Plus 6 natural armor. This is one where you still want to go... Yeah, higher armor is better. Those are old edition, I think, of D&D that you want to get lower negative numbers. 7th level, gains plus 3 armor. Gore attack becomes 2d6, gains plus 8 to strength, minus 2 to dex, and plus 4 con, and powerful charge. You didn't like Horizon Zero Dawn? Oh man, that's probably one of my favorite PlayStation games. Subclasses, the subclasses the animal can take? Holy shit. Velociraptor might be more appropriate. Is that an actual Velociraptor or is it a Deinonychus? I need to know, game. It's small, so it sounds like it's an actual Velociraptor. And not the Jurassic Park Velociraptor. Which was like twice as big because it was a fucking Deinonychus. Shout out to the dinosaur nerds. Dog can have 30 strength by level 7. That's awesome. Also, isn't a mastodon just a woolly fucking mammoth? Like, holy hell. These are so awesome. Plus 7 armor. God, I just keep coming back to the Triceratops, though. That's gotta be the fucking coolest thing. They must all have the same hit point things. They don't change their hit points. They do have different armor class, speed, and ability scores. So I guess their con would determine their hit points too. Triceratops has 11 Constitution. The Velociraptor has 17. Mastodons and mammoths have different teeth and eat different things. I did not know that, Lumpy. Thank you. They masticate differently, you would say? What do y'all think? To me, it's between Triceratops and Velociraptor. I feel like I've made this character specifically to have a dinosaur. I think a monitor lizard is like a Komodo dragon, like a giant lizard, basically, which is also kind of cool. 1d6 plus trip. I guess technically Horizon Zero Dawn also had... What else did they have? They also had tigers. Be the Smilodon. Trying to think of all the creatures they had. They had the T-Rex. They had the raptors for sure. Technically did not have Triceratops, I don't think. I don't remember. Crocodiles. They had like a deer, I believe. You could do an elk. Oh my god, I could ride it. I don't know if I'd actually want to ride it though, because if I'm shooting a bow, I don't know if I want that thing to get in the front. Alright, let's go with the Triceratops, because that just sounds fucking hilariously awesome. Holy shit, we still have so much left. Spells. I don't think we get cantrips, but we get 2 level 1 spells. Which are still a lot of options here. Animal's Companion's Bite attack deals an additional 1d4 points of acid damage. Acid does not harm the animal companion. I'm glad it says that at the end. Right, I've got these aspects. That's true. Yeah, they do have a different number of attacks. Velociraptor has a bite and 2 talons. God, the Smilodon has a bite and 4 claws. That's crazy. What the fuck? Yeah. Why does my poor Triceratops only have 1 attack? D8's good, but damn. He definitely has the best armor class. Well, for the dearest Mastodon. Oh shit, the boar has a +9? What the fuck? This boar. Jesus. Alright, Mr. Boar. Well, now you got me second guessing the damn animal companion. Smilodon is also medium. Strength +8, con +4, +2 natural armor, and gains pounce. Pretty cool. Technically not a dinosaur, but it is a prehistoric animal. That's a tough choice. I know. I thought I had it narrowed down. I mean, Velociraptor's cool too, but I bet it's smaller than what I'm picturing. And it's medium, so I think you could ride it too. Alright, let's go back to spells. We'll look back at that. Your eyes become wide and raptor-like, and you grow feathers on the sides of your head. You gain +3 competent. What does competence bonus mean? I've seen that before. Just a +3 on perception checks. +1 bonus on ranged attacks, and the critical multiplier for your bows and crossbows becomes 19 to 20 times 3. I agree, Lumpy. Why would you choose a horse or a dog? And I love dogs, don't get me wrong, but if I could just have a dinosaur, I would choose a dinosaur. This seems like a really good buff. Having high speed is useful. That's true, it did have 60 feet speed. Close in like nobody's business. Oh, I get Cure Light Wounds? Wow. That's never a wasted spell. Like poison makes you immune to poison. Also pretty good, considering it lasts an hour per level. Oh, they don't stack. Okay. So it's just getting pluses, but they don't stack on top of other ones. Tangle's pretty good. Except it's really easy to hit your allies. Fairy Fire, is that as good as D&D's? No, it is not. Does not grant advantage on all attacks. Conditions. Fire Belly. Fire resistance 5. Makes your gut hot to the touch. You can breathe a 15-foot cone of flame. Huh. Oh, weird. Like a high-powered version of the cantrip. Hurricane bow significantly increases the weight and density of arrows or bolts fired from a bow or crossbow the instant before they strike their target. Deals damage as if one size larger than it actually is. Okay. That's also just a good straight damage buff. Ha! This is the exact same version, but for melee weapons. Sickened. I don't know what sickened means. There's no tooltip for that. Is it always just a little bug? It takes a full round to summon it. Breakable Heart. Mind affecting effects and negative emotions. Only purple diamonds have a horse is in the desert, but only if the horse has no name. I understood that reference. It does feel good to get out of the rain. Desert. Here. Feeling no pain. I don't remember. Really easy song to play on the guitar, by the way. That's like a newbie song I learned years ago when I tried playing guitar. It's like literally like 2 chords just go back and forth. Like Hurricane Bow and either Aspect of the Falcon or Cure Light Wounds. Take Cure Light Wounds. That's usually a pretty solid spell. Alignment. I can... Well, I can only choose... Is this my deity saying I can only choose these? Huh. Doesn't say I'm limited to this alignment anywhere. Wait, when did I choose this feat? I need to go back and choose this one. I skipped this one. I mean, neutral good's probably fine. I must have skipped this feat. I think I did. Although alertness is not a bad one to have. +2 bonus on perception skill checks. What's another good level 1 feat for a hunter? Okay. It's just weird it doesn't say that on the deity screen. Like, limited to the following alignments. That's a combat maneuvers. Dodge seems pretty good. It also gives you a bunch of other feats. Fast learner might be helpful. Alright, I should... Yeah, because this... That's true. If I do this... Excuse me. That would actually unlock... Yeah. This is the second feat. You can shoot or throw ranged weapons at an opponent engaged in melee without taking the standard -4 penalty on your attack roll. Basically, I'm just always going to use a bow. Means I probably didn't need to up my strength that much, but if encumbrance is a thing, then fine, I can have a decent strength. Wait, if the opponent's engaged in melee, but I'm not, I would take a -4 roll normally? That's terrible. Yeah, and obviously I want to take all these freaking ranged feats eventually. Okay, that works for me. Yeah. Appearance. I need the red hair. Okay, I guess you're super thin. You're... I can't tell the difference between those two. Okay, so you're a little bit thicker, and you're much thinner there. So one is like average. Need you to have different hair color. Is that what this is? Oh, that's armor. Oh, hairstyle, duh. Can you do dreads? Can you do her dreads? Red. It's gonna have to be shit. Probably not gonna get close. Oh shit, that may actually work. May actually work. Let's see what else you got. Usual fantasy RPG hairstyles. Yeah, what was the one I want? There we go. Very distinct look. The red dreads. Firing into combat in Pathfinder tabletop is dangerous. Good to know now that I'm playing a ranger. Oh my goodness. What was Aloy's color scheme? I'm actually gonna look this up. I don't know if I'm just bad at creating original characters, or if I just like modeling characters after certain archetypes. So it was kind of a brown yellow with maybe some blue accents. Let's see, it's a primary color. The golden wasn't that bad. Or tan, kind of a... Yeah, that might work. Secondary color. Too much. There we go. A gold and tan look. Blue. That's how you make Aloy. Don't think she did any war paint. If I could do Freckles, I'd do Freckles, but... Oh, I guess I could change the face. But you can't zoom in. Can't really tell. Some of them just come with default smiling. The shadows kind of make it hard. I mean, I'm probably hardly ever going to see this character's face. They just get progressively more hideous. That's what I've noticed. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn. Just because I was trying to picture of a character that used a bow that I could reference and build a character off of, and it's basically her or Lara Croft. Just because she uses a bow a lot in the later games. Yeah, her hairstyle is not as severe as this one is, but it's actually pretty close. Yeah, I can see that. This is weird, but... Actually not bad. Wow, she wouldn't be grinning like that. She's very serious. Terribly angry either. Alright, yeah, I should stop going deeper because they just do get pretty hideous. Default one face it is.
I'll take care of it.
The road calls me. I'll take the bait.
We won't falter. Strike with all your might.
Brave is a little too deep.
I lead, you follow. I won't take that.
This hurts so much. Cover me.
Cover me.
Damn this silly thing. Hesitation is a waste of time. Your luck's run out. Careful now.
God, these really haven't changed in like 20 years.
This is my chance to run. Cover me. Damn this silly thing.
Yeah, I think cunning's actually worked pretty well. Alright, I didn't expect to make a female character either, but here we are. Okay. We still have to absolutely decide on our animal companion. The final option. I will choose my own birth date, because why not? So, moment of truth. Final choice. We've got to be done with this fucking thing. It's been 2 hours. It's been over 2 hours. I think we're at like 2.5 hours. Smilodon looks cool, but I did go into this thinking I would pick a dinosaur. Smilodon just seems like the most powerful because you get the multi-attack, you get a good armor, you get a good speed, you're medium so I can ride it later. Like, it's definitely got everything that I want. Ceratops. Unlike most of the animals, its attack actually gets stronger when it levels up to 7. Gains a charge. Pteranodon. I think we're limited on flying animals, alas. I think familiars could fly, but they're not the same as animal companions. And big tigers did exist in Horizon Zero Dawn, whereas Triceratops technically, I don't think did. Don't think there was Triceratops. Mainly a lot of raptors. There was raptors and T-Rexes. Interesting. If you want a dino, I vote Velociraptor. You know you're going to pick Triceratops. Am I? I wish I could literally see them in action. Show me. Velociraptor. I want to see a picture. Are no pictures. Damn. Just on the image search. Large trike can be a pain for movement. Well, Smilodon's the same boat. Smilodon's medium and also becomes large at 7th. Are we saying it actually gets like caught in like the environment and stuff? Because that would be annoying. Oh yeah. Well, if that becomes an issue, we could go Raptor. Got 3 attacks. Not quite as tanky, but it is fast. Yeah, because Smilodon and Triceratops are the same size. The difference is it's faster, less AC, more attacks. God, fucking horse starts out as large. Only one that does. It's weird. Do it. Take the trike. Alright, we're taking the Triceratops. Seems like the most hilarious one to take of all these.
Hesitation is a waste of time.
My god. To make Aloy from Horizon Zero Dawn. And who knows, maybe I'll play a couple hours and be like, nah, fuck this hunter thing. Thankfully, there's a respec available. Sweet, merciful crap. Oh, now it tells me what my animal focuses are. Mount Companion. Looking at all the animal focuses now. I think it's stealth, perception, strength. Alright, well this took us forever, so I think we're going with this Horizon Zero Dawn inspired hunter character, baseline hunter with a Triceratops animal companion, because that just sounds freaking awesome. Zero basic attack bonus, we have a +4 for range attacks. Dear Lord. Alright, well, it's safe to say I'm going to pretty much save it as soon as we jump in here and call the stream, because it is so fucking late. Oh my goodness. I knew this was going to take a while, but I didn't know. I knew it was going to take pretty much the full stream. I didn't know it would take full stream plus. That's nuts. But what a cool freaking character creator. Like, that was fun. I enjoyed that. It wasn't too overwhelming, although, I mean, I could have really gotten bogged down in the weeds. But I kind of went into it. I did some research. I kind of knew, you know, the kind of classes and things that I liked. And it was smart enough to stay away from the ones that were a little bit too tricky. It gives me a chance to save and not a bunch of cutscene stuff happening at the beginning. God. Is that my fucking Triceratops?
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
Oh, is that me that's on my ass?
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't she be carted off somewhere else like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
With more than a ditch.
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to her? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to her?
Ah, like he's just chilling back there.
Demons, Prelate. We found her barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
No, versus a city of glory. I'm not reading all that right now.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses.
All right, I need medical attention.
Hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right. We'll get you patched up now.
Yeah.
But first,
No.
you there, guard. Take her weapon.
Oh,
Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival.
I didn't want to come to the
Wounded
festival.
or not,
I was dragged
everyone
here.
must abide by the rules. She can get her things back after the festival.
All right. You're not gonna confiscate my Triceratops, are you? I have a permit.
O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy, heal her wounds. Hear, hear! That's the Crusader spirit.
Yes.
My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful.
Gawping.
Go and get Terendelev.
Prelate, surely there is somebody else here better suited to running errands.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Be quick about it before
Terrible
it's too
name.
late. Now,
Terendelev.
who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
The usual snarky PC answers. None of your business. I have no reason to lie.
That's the first I've heard of that name. Who are you then? What's your business in the city?
Just here buying dinosaur food.
My dear prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor woman. She's been
I really love the dinosaurs just chilling over there, like
Go on.
nobody gives a
I'll
shit.
take care of her.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that, so I shall defer to your wisdom.
What?
But be on your guard.
Dragon?
I've been informed she was wounded near Canabris.
A literal dragon?
That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of the city.
Pry loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph to repel the skulking shade of death.
Greater restoration.
There.
Yeah, are you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust.
Yeah.
Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form. I accept your thanks. But my work is not yet done. I do not know yet. And that troubles me. I am not
The
entirely sure what
demons.
the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully. My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of this city. Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, protector of Canabris. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this
awful
out
nice
of
of
your
you.
mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and
The day of the city. Crap, it is a bunch of cutscenes beginning. Saving! We've saved! All right. Oh wow, the Triceratops straight up takes up a companion slot. Does that mean I get to have one fewer party member? I don't know if I like that. Also has 1 hit point. What the fuck? I need to read the fine print on these animal companions. Alright, well... yeah, that is gonna do it, because it's fucking late as hell, and we spent all that time on Character Creator, so... thank you all for joining me for the stream, or if you're watching the recording afterward, I hope you enjoyed 2.5 hours of character creation. If you enjoy the content, consider supporting me via patreon.com/RogueWatson. Shoutouts to Platinum patrons, Joe, Will, Tiny Dancer, Wizard, Princess, Christopher, Thomas, Captain Mike, Adam, Aiden, Stan, Nathan, Alex, Chad, Alexander, Dan, Dam, and the Quizats, Hatterack. And gold patrons, RPG, Papercrafts, Pretty Boy, and Yuma, Dead Lizard, Lounge, Sam, Arash, Olympus Buds, Jerome, Scalini, Nick, Friday McButterpants, Blood Angel, Veronis, Baboon, Nathan, Fast Like a Tortoise, and James. Return with more Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous on Wednesday. See you then.